Hi everyone, welcome back to my Beach Angel Tarot shop. I'm here to do my March 2018 What is Your Love Story reading. And I know it's a little dark in here and I do apologize. I need to get a lamp over here. And we're going to take a look at the energies. Welcome to those that have subscribed and are coming back, and welcome to those that are new. Thank everyone for liking and sharing and subscribing my videos. And so let's get started and see what comes up. Now, I've been guided to use this deck, and I always butcher it when I try to say the name of the deck. So this is the deck for those that are deck enthusiasts and would like to know what deck I'm using. And then I'm going to use, I'm going to be using it, and then I'm going to be using this deck from Doreen Virtue for an opening message. And I'm probably going to be using my Rainbow Rain a little bit too. So we're going to see. And I'll put a link to that deck below, and we're going to get started here. So I'm focusing on everyone. I hope everyone's having a great start to their week. This is Monday, I think March 5th, 2018. So again, this is What is Your Love Story. I will put a link to it below, but my shop is closed right now. My shop will be opening and closing on a weekly, every other week rotation energy. For those that would like their own personal reading, you can click the link below and then hit the notify me when I return button for those that are interested in a reading. So I'm just finding it easier to do it that way, to get caught up on readings, or to stay caught up on my readings, and then everyone gets their reading in a more timely manner, and it brings more of a balance to my life in that way. So let's just see what comes for everyone with March, and what message wants to come through from Spirit for everyone that is tuning in as a general message for love. What's your love story for the month? And we have Dream Guide, Teacher, Guardian. And instantly when I turned that over, I started hearing Dream Lover. Dream Lover. I'm not sure who sings it. I don't know why they do that. Gosh. But anyway, okay. So Teacher and Guardian is coming up for the month of March. And from the visual here, some may find that you get a visitation. So you could get a dream visitation from a loved one in spirit or from your beloved. And you could also get a physical visitation. Someone coming to see you, like unexpectedly, or they want to see you and they call you up and they say, hey, I want to see you, can you see me now? And it may be late, it may be last minute. It doesn't have to be in the dark or anything, but it just may be something that is just spur of the moment and late, like you think it's like, oh, they call me like, really 3 minutes I have to get there, or I have, it's just very rushed, spur of the moment type of energy coming to me from that card. So that is the message that is coming up. Let's do, oh gosh, okay. Now they want to do Angel. I'm going to do an Angel and then a Rainbow Rain, and then we're going to do the reading. So this may be a little bit of a longer, getting odd guidance here. So let's just see. Intention. So what is someone's intention behind a situation? Maybe this situation that just kind of pops up and someone says, hey, I want to see you right now, or are you available? And you're just surprised. There's a sense of surprise visitation, okay? And it's like looking at their intention. And you can see this woman holding these two flames here on either side. So partnership energy is definitely coming up here in this reading. And let's just see what the Rainbow Rain has to say, and it's spring. So it can be a time frame, it doesn't have to be this week. So maybe in the spring season this occurs. You have this energy going on for partnership, and maybe it was someone that you wanted, you had an intention to be in a partnership with, and they just come around. But spring also indicates new energy. It indicates new life, new birth, of course, is spring energy. So let's see what else comes up with this. I'm going to pull one more because we have the two energy of her holding those, and we have frozen will thaw. So the situation that is, kind of gotten cold and icy and just at a drearily looking standstill, they're indicating the spring thaw. And it's interesting, the tulips is coming out of the icy snow. So very beautiful energy to see with the purple. We see that purple energy in the green. So a lot of spiritual healing is what I see in the combination. Because this, even though the lighting in here is bad, that is green. So spiritual healing of the energies in the month of March. So let's just see where we go with the reading. Let's just see what this deck has for everyone. And I may incorporate some rainbow rain in. I thought I saw somebody that was upside down. Come out. Wherever you are. This came up there. Okay, so, oh, yeah, there we are. This is Strength card. So we're focusing on my spread over here. That is, what is your love story for the month of March 2018? I'm not even looking at those. It just felt like a pack of flyers, and I'm not looking at those. These are very slippery. So what is the love story for 2018 March? What is Spirit's intention for those that are guided to this reading? And I was wanting to take a little bit of a poll. So for those that are watching, maybe I'll just ask you to kind of comment and see what kind of readings you'd be interested in seeing on YouTube, like free readings. If you have suggestions for different energies. And I do a lot of loved ones, and I'm trying to like diversify it. I think I'll be doing some self-care readings too. I'll be starting a weekly self-care reading from Spirit for everyone. So that's kind of one energy that I'll be looking at. But if there was other ones that you guys would like me to do, put a comment below, and I will be trying to accommodate that as well. Who are you in your love story? What energy surrounds you in your love story in March? And it is King of Wands. So, you know, whether you're female or male, we all have them, you know, both in our energies. So you are, you know, in that masculine energy, and it's also mastering your actions. So you're really taking control of your actions. You may be, you know, you may be coming across as very fiery, of course, and this could also be for fire signs specifically. I don't do those right now, just for the sake of time. I wish I could. I've had a lot of inquiries about me doing the zodiacs, and I just it's my hat is off to those that do it, and it's very, very time consuming. So anyway, off topic. So who you are is what I get is mastering your actions right now. Taking control of the situation and being more in the masculine mind frame in regard to it. So, meaning that you are, well, I'm not even going to go down that road because this is a general reading, so I'm going to just leave it at you're mastering your actions, and that's who you are right now, okay? Where your partner stands in your love story for March, what's their character, how are they? And it is Six of Swords. So, what I get from this card is they want, Six is a card of harmony and balance. It's the swords, and they're trying to gain breathing space. You can see they're kind of up to their eyeballs, so to speak, and in emotion. And they've just got this little tiny bit of left. Like say you're in a tank of water, and there's the top and there's the water, and you've just got this little air bubble. So that's where they're at right now, and they're trying to get their mind and their thoughts in harmony, but they are emotionally overwhelmed, and they have a bit of breathing space that they're just trying to, you know, grasp that breathing space, and they're trying to get some air, and they're trying to get some room to breathe, okay, is the feeling that's coming up, and they're trying to get their thoughts and their minds harmonized. They're you know, in a good place, and I feel like the Six, of course, is coming out of the Five energies, and so they're trying to get things more in balance with their thoughts, coming out of a more conflicted mind frame, okay, or a little bit of a, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that too, a little bit more of a conflicted mind frame. They're trying to bring balance, and to do that, to be able to bring that into balance, they need that breathing space. They need to make room, because they are, as you can see, even though this is the swords, they're underwater, and so you can definitely see that. So they're taking that breathing space. And interestingly, a lot of people that are watching, I'm not going to say for sure that they're women, and these are transposed. So there is a, words are eluding me today. I have no idea why. There is a transposing of the energies here for a lot that are watching. So they're more in this energy. So they may be very emotionally overcharged than you would expect. And you may be being more a little bit rational and in control than you expect. So there's a little bit of a swapping of gender roles is the word I'm looking for in the right aspect. So that is what's coming up here. Who or what is blocking you from the next chapter in your love story? And it is the world. So the world talks about completion and happy completions. Mastering is coming up here again, and I feel like it's just about self pretty much, and I'm really guided to the picture, to be quite honest, and I feel like a sense of vulnerability. I just want to read it with the feeling that comes up, and kind of just wanting to protect oneself, you know. And you can see she's in a circle of a snake, and she's contained within that circle, and she's naked, and she's feeling maybe a little vulnerable, but she is, you know, in her own protective kind of circle here, and I feel a sense what's blocking you is, you know, kind of putting up boundaries of protection around yourself. For some, you may be having a little bit of, I don't want to say body issues, you know, so for some this is specifically going to be body issues. I'm not saying that you're overweight or anything like that, but you're not feeling, and I don't even know if it's about your body, it's just a feeling that's coming. I don't want to say not worthy either, but that's unsure of themselves, trying to become comfortable in your own energy and putting up boundaries within it, being okay in your own world first is an energy that's coming up. So I feel like a lot of different energies coming in here, so one of those scenarios may fit you more than the others, but this has got to do with yourself. Her hair is blue, so this is also spirituality too. So for some, there's a sense of spiritual energy coming here. Maybe you just want to put up a boundary around yourself and dive deeper into your spirituality right now. There's something that you want to bring into wholeness, as they're saying, for yourself, and you haven't quite done that yet, and you're taking this time, this period right now to do that. So it's kind of within self, or your higher self is guiding you to that feeling, is what is coming up here. The previous chapter in your love story, what led up to now, and it is the Hierophant. So I'm getting, what led up to now is, it could be roles, you know, the Hierophant, it talks about the higher realms, it talks about teachings and tradition, that type of thing. But for what was in your previous, it could be a lot of rules, it could be, you know, trying to conform. I hear a sense of conformality, or trying to make something fit. And that can have that little bit of feeling to do with her. Do I fit? And how do I fit into my world? How do I fit? Something about how I fit, or trying to make something fit a certain way, or a pattern. So maybe in the recent past you thought your relationship or your love life was going to fit the traditional sense of a relationship, and it just doesn't. It doesn't. It's bigger than that, you know. And maybe because you're trying to make it a certain way, or you're trying to form it, there's some sense here of these two kind of going together a bit. So that is the feeling that's coming up for me with this. Where are you in your love story? 5. Where are you right now? And it is Queen of Cups. So you're really feeling your emotions, and this is an emotionally charged full moon. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, and we're in the time of Pisces, and it's a Virgo moon, and there is a lot of sensitivities coming up. And for some, you know, I feel, you know, he has that on his forehead, and she has the heart on her forehead. So it's like, you know what, I'm holding on to my values of love. I don't want to conform to, not that there's anything wrong with that spirituality, but there's a sense of rules and conforming to something, and she's hanging on to something other than that within herself. So that's who you are right now, and you're connecting to that. For some, I feel this is even grief. you are maybe healing or doing some healing work with grief. You may be communicating that through your energy. You know, the bowl is blue, so whether you're outwardly expressing it or you're not, it's talking about you know, really communicating those emotions and, you know, mastering that in one aspect. But for me, this really feels like grief for some, you know, processing through grief, really feeling and connecting to their emotions, and really holding on to their own concept of how they want things to be in the relationship. The next chapter in your love story, if you can move past the block, and of course this can also be self-love. They're going self-love too. So really, you know, and that's the kind of the energy that I'm moving in towards too, is more of that self-love, self-care, not to exclude the other, not to be narcissistic, but really taking care of oneself. So there's self-love here too. So coming more into that. Because this person looks tired. This person looks, you know, like, oh my gosh. You can see it on their face. Stress. I feel like stress and just tired. Five, six. The next chapter in your love story, if you can get past the block in number 3, which was this. Nine of Swords. So, Nine of Swords talks about worries and anxieties. But if you move past this block, that for everyone was feeling like a little bit, I felt shifts in the energies in that card, but I felt more guided to read it as a visual on it. So I urge you to as well, to tune into it and see what it means for you as a block. But I feel like you're going to be working through these fears of whatever that was. And for some, like I said, I felt very shifting energy around it, varying degrees for everyone. But you're going to be working through whatever those fears are in regards to that energy. The end of the story, number 7 is the end of the story for March. So it's just for March, and it is 8 of Swords. So there's a regression here, not a progression of swords energies, but a lot of mind, you know, a lot of working through processes of the mind. 8 of Swords talks about being stuck, but not truly being stuck. So I feel like you're kind of making some space, sort of like your partner was getting some breathing space. You're making some clearing here. You know, you're really coming into working through some fears and trying to clear them out, but still in a bit of a stuck mind frame, still in a little bit of working out old patterns of ways of thinking that bring up these fears that have something to do with this. And it's going to be different for everyone as you tune into that visual, not necessarily the meaning of the World card in the Tarot. So that's what I'm getting. I want to look at the undercurrents, and it is the 5 of Wands, which I'm not surprised, because it's conflicting energy. 5 of Wands is, 5s are challenges all across the board, and 5s is a challenging, but 5 of Wands is a challenging energy. It can be competition, but it just means the energies are getting all mixed up. It's like, you know, you're going this way, then all of a sudden you're going that way. It's like if you're going down the road and somebody throws the brakes on and you weren't sure about it, and then you start up again, or you turn left and then right, and then it just all gets, it's like all mixed up in really quick, jerky kind of energetically. So that's in the undercurrent right now. So processing some fears, working through them a bit, but still being a little bit stuck is how we're going to end March. So not a lot of progress, unfortunately, and not all months are. But that is what is coming up. So I hope everyone has enjoyed this reading. Again, I'll have some links below. And I will be back soon with another reading for March. I'm not sure which one. And if you have a request, put it below. And I'll be glad to try to get to that. And I'm sending everyone big hugs.